Hey Josili Jo.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. What are you going to ask me today?
I want to learn about what you think about like Turkish people in general, and I also want to ask you questions about some of the Turkish people who are famous, if you know them or not.
Okay.
Okay, let's start with the first one. What do you think about Turkish people and how they look physically?
Okay. So Turkish men, they are, I guess it's just a generalization, but generally they have really dark hair, usually pretty thick hair, I would say, when they're younger. A lot of them have thick beards, and yeah, they're just dark hair, dark eyes, yeah. And then Turkish women, they're pretty beautiful.
Oh.
Again, they have pretty dark hair, dark eyes generally. Some of them dye their hair blonde. A lot of Turkish women actually dye their hair blonde. But yeah, and they call me Blondie.
You are blondie.
Which, I mean, I guess I'm blonde compared to their dark hair. But in the United States, I would be considered to have kind of light brown hair.
Brown? No.
Light brown, yeah. But here I'm considered blonde, which kind of surprised me. So I'm a blondie here.
You are blondie.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about like Turkish people's behavior in general?
Turkish people's behavior.
You can divide it to male to female again.
Male and female. Well, it's hard to generalize because everybody's kind of unique. There's a lot of Turkish guys who they're for example, on our street, something that I've never seen in the United States is I'll see like two guys walking down the street with their arms around each other, and I mean, it's a little bit strange for me.
Why?
Because in the United States we don't really see that as much, and I have nothing against it, but it's just kind of like they're really like touchy-feely, I guess.
Yeah, they also kiss their cheek when they...
Yeah. They'll kiss each other's like cheek, like the guy will just put his arm around his friends, which is friendly and cool. But yeah, they'll be walking down the street with their arms around each other, and it's like, are they a couple? Like,
and they're like uncle type people.
Uncle type people?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes like an older guy will be like, have his arm around like two like younger people, and I don't know, just interesting.
What about girls?
Girls? I don't really know. This is a hard question.
Probably people don't know like what you were expecting before you came to Turkey. What kind of people that you want to see? And
I was expecting a lot more like traditional clothes, like hijab and headscarves. But in Istanbul, I would say it depends on what area you're in. But I rarely see hijabs and headscarves in Istanbul, except for our neighborhood. They're everywhere. But yeah, I was expecting more traditional clothes. But here it seems like a lot of people are wearing just normal clothes, and yeah.
why you skip up clothes? What do you think about fashion understanding of Turkish people?
I think they're pretty fashionable. They're usually well dressed. Like we were talking about guys versus girls. All of them are generally well dressed. A lot of guys wear these like really nice coats and scarves, and yeah, I almost feel like I'm underdressed everywhere I go. Yeah. So yeah, they're very well dressed people, I would say, generally.
Yeah, when you compare with American people, do you think their style is more I don't know, classy or like closer to American fashion, or?
I mean, it's definitely European fashion, but what I would say in the United States, a lot of the time we're just wearing more casual clothes, unless we're going out. But yeah, generally shorts, t-shirt, good enough, or just jeans and a t-shirt, good enough. But in Turkey, everybody's like always dressed up, and it's, yeah, like I said, it makes me kind of feel like underdressed when I go out. Yeah.
So, do you know of any Turkish singer?
Turkish singers. There's this Turkish singer, Müslüm Gürses.
Müslüm Gürses, yeah. What do you know about him?
I know they call him Baba Gürses, I think, or Baba
No, Müslüm Baba.
Müslüm Baba.
Yeah.
And he kind of, I think he started this category of music where it's kind of like this sad music where you
People
drink
cut
rum
themselves.
I mean, I don't blame that on him, but yeah, I guess there was like some controversy a long time ago where people would listen to his music and it would make them so sad that people like started cutting themselves, but yeah, now people just generally listen to that type of music when they're drinking rakı.
Yeah. What do you think the music type in Turkey in general, like what people listen in general?
Well, I could definitely feel an American influence in the music culture here. There's a lot of, they listen to a lot of American singers, but also they have their own
Like who?
type of music. Like a lot of people listen, like for rap, a lot of people listen to Eminem or like DJ Khaled or whatever. But then they have their own Turkish music, which like their folk music, which has a lot of traditional instruments in it, which I actually really like the sound of it. It reminds me of that one Sting song, A Desert Rose.
Yeah, I like that one.
And so like when I was in the United States, I never knew that song had like these traditional instruments in it until I came to Turkey, and then I was like, oh, it sounds like a lot like Desert Rose by Sting. But yeah, I like their traditional music. They have a lot of rappers like Ezel. I like Ezel.
Ezel. Yeah. Do you know any song of him?
I can't remember the names. There's a song named like Geceler.
Yeah. Can you
like,
sing me a little bit?
I just know like Geceler, Geceler. Sana Yamamosu, something Yamosu or something. I don't know. Yeah, but it's catchy, and yeah, a lot of their music, I don't understand the words, but it sounds catchy and appealing. And I can't forget Tarkan. Tarkan is kind of like Tarkan.
Yeah.
He's kind of like their, I don't know what to compare him to, like maybe like a Justin Timberlake or something.
Yeah.
He's very classy, has a lot of like women in his videos, does a lot of dancing.
Do you know any of his songs?
Yeah, I can't remember the names. But I like his music. Now, it seems kind of weird because a lot of people are like, oh, that you're like a teenage girl if you like his music. But I think it sounds catchy.
No, teenagers don't know Tarkan anymore. He
Not
was a little
anymore.
bit, in the past.
Now those teenagers are grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I like Tarkan. I know that Tarkan was very successful in Europe. He was one of the only Turkish singers who sang in Turkish who was actually successful in Europe. That's why a lot of Turkish singers nowadays sing in English so that they can have a wider audience base. But Tarkan was actually pretty successful singing in his native language, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay. I want to go with politicians now. Do you know any like historical?
Be careful now.
Historical. Okay, not talk about current day then. Do you know any historical figure of Turkey?
Well, of course.
Which one?
One of the questions I ask a lot of people is like, who's your role model? And I would say 99% of all Turkish people, the first thing they say is Atatürk. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk was the founder of Turkey, basically. He basically like our George Washington in the United States. He was a general, a very successful general, and he converted the Turkish alphabet to use
Latin alphabet.
Yeah, to the Latin alphabet, and it was very controversial at the time. But he wanted Turkey to compete with Europe as far as influence, and he thought that one of the ways to do that was to make the language easier, I guess, to learn and easier to speak for other people.
I don't think his only focus was English, but
no.
yeah.
And other things he did was he separated religion and state and religion from schools, which is a pretty, at the time it was very controversial, but I think it led to good things in Turkey. I think that Mustafa Kemal Atatürk did a lot of good for Turkey. Yeah.
Today is also so cold. My hands are shaking
I'm
again.
Cold. The wind is blowing, and
I'm sorry
kind of
about angle again. Yeah.
No, but it's a beautiful time right now.
Yeah.
So.
What about the sultans? Do you know any sultans in Turkey?
Sultans.
Yeah, from Turkish history.
I can't remember the names, but there was a sultan. You'll have to remind me of the name, but the sultan who conquered Istanbul. At the time, it was Constantinople.
Mm-hmm. Fatih Sultan Mehmet.
Fatih Sultan Mehmet.
Sultan
Hamad.
Fatih Sultan Mehmet.
Yeah, him. He was the first person to conquer Constantinople. First sultan to do that. Many had tried before him and failed, and this is kind of what he became known for, is conquering Istanbul.
And he did it while he was around his 20s, I think.
Yeah, and another thing too is he conquered it using a revolutionary technology. He used the cannonballs, which at the time, I think it was the first time in history, if I'm correct. First time in history where they used cannonballs to break through a city's walls. And it actually made castles obsolete, which is a really interesting part of history. Fatih. There's other sultans that I don't know the names of, but we've been to the museum in Topkapi Palace, and we saw a lot of their armor and weapons. And, yeah.
That's cool. So before we ended the video, do you have anything to say?
It's cold. I don't know. Yeah, Turkish people are beautiful. They're different. And if you like the video, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social platform you'd like, if you want to see more.
And last thing is that you hated last video because of your hair.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize my hair was so messed up last video until we took the video.
You didn't want to upload that.
So we kept the video, but I didn't want to post it at first. But my hair was, so today I kind of
you feel better.
Prepared a little bit more, yeah.
Cool. So see you in another video.
All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.